Let's talk about how to charge 10 times more for your consulting business. For a while, I was a fan of trading my time for money, meaning I would consult with people one-on-one on their cold emails to help them drive more business, get more sales, and improve their companies, or even start their business. And I would charge $300, $400, $500, up to $1,000 an hour for this. And $1,000 an hour doesn't mean I was charging that much and no one bought. We sold a lot of these. And the only reason we stopped is because I didn't want to do the one-on-ones. But when I started consulting, I was charging only $100 an hour. And so in today's video, I want to go through the exact emails we use to raise our consulting prices and talk about how you can raise your consulting price and get paid 10 times more, plus find out when you've hit your ceiling and when you should even reduce prices. Stick around. This video is brought to you by Email 10K. Learn how to book meetings with billion-dollar brands and take your company to the next level at email10k.com. First, let's talk about price theory. The way I think about pricing, especially when it's hourly, is if you're trying to find the cap, you're trying to find the maximum you can charge, then you should be increasing your prices as often as you can. What we do now is we'll increase the price with every single person we pitch by at least 10%. So if we charge $1,000 to the first person, then we're charging $1,100 to the next, etc., all the way up until they stop buying. And I'll tell you exactly what that looks like in a second. So I was doing cold email consulting. They call me the Cold Email King, trademark, copyright, registered 2018. And that's what I was doing. I was doing our cold email teardowns for people to help them increase their sales. But I wanted to also find what the cap was. So let me show you the exact emails we used to increase our prices. By the way, there's way more stuff like this if you check out the course Email 10K. I highly recommend that over just watching this free YouTube content. The course content is way, way better. These are the type of emails we were sending out when we were increasing our prices. We'd send 2 to 3 emails like this out every single month as we were getting closer to the deadline. So it was something like, hey, do you want to scale your deal size up to 6 or even 7 figures? If you're serious, then I'd like to talk to you. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed trying to get more customers. Maybe what was once working well for your business just isn't producing the same results anymore. If that sounds like you, we can get on the phone and talk and solve these problems on the spot. I'll be increasing my consulting rate to $515 on September 1st, so schedule the call at the rate of $315 while you still can. And then get the full details and book your call here. Went to our landing page. So talk soon, Alex Berman, chairman of Experiment 27. PS, don't run an agency. As long as you're selling B2B, we can work together. Simple, quick, punchy email. Then I would send this email out, and I call this the testimonial email. It's just very short. This came a few months later. You can see our pricing is way higher now. Hopped off the third call with a client, and I was super pumped to ask him about the results. As expected, he had a near perfect open rate of 90% with a response rate over 30%. But we can talk opens all day. Let's talk closes. He made over $80,000 after just 3 calls. These calls have been great, and there's only 3 days before my consulting rate goes up by $100 from $715 to $815. During our call, we'll create outreach emails and follow-ups. Best of all, I'll do the heavy lifting and write it out directly for you during the session. Let's talk before then. Book a call with me here. And this link went to our landing page where they could pay directly. You can see this email is doing 2 things right. We talked about an actual case study here, and we have the fact that the rate is about to go up. And what happened over the few months we were doing this, because that initial email was $315 to $515, then we were doing $100 per hour per month price increases. And we created this snowball effect where people kept buying like the $700 an hour, $800 an hour, because they were worried that they were not going to get in before the price went up again. And everyone who bought consulting at that rate did get lucky because I don't do it anymore. So those are 2 scripts you can use, and actually we'll put a free download below if you want to have those. The other thing you want to do if you want to charge more for consulting work, and this is something we cover so much in Email 10K, is you want to charge more for the exact same work that you're already doing. So let's say you are a cold email consultant like me. Instead of charging $300, you want to charge $3,000. Or you build websites. Instead of charging $200, you want to charge $2,000 or $20,000. So how do you do that? Well, 1, you increase the price. If you don't have a higher price, nobody will pay the higher price. And 2, you find a market that is willing to pay. So I used to sell marketing reviews for $2,000. That was the initial test. We sent that out to a few different audiences, including digital agencies. And in Email 10K, I show you the contacts, the exact email scripts, everything in there. But this is for free on YouTube, so you don't get everything. You gotta get in the course for everything. I show you how I sold them for $2,000, then how the next guy, I sold him for $5,000. And then a few months later, I'm pitching the exact same thing for $50,000 and then over $100,000. Same type of pitch, how it's just trading up. Once you find the market that's willing to pay and the offer that they will pay for, then it's up to you to find the maximum price they'll pay for that offer. Because ideally, you'll be selling to the same customer type, same exact offer, and just have a much higher price, 50 times higher price. And the way you do that is you raise your price every single time. I'll repeat that. If you want to charge 50 times more for the same thing, you need to raise your price every single time. Never pitch the same price twice. That rhymes. I like that rhymes. Never pitch the same price twice. So 200 the first time, 220 the next time, 240 the time after that, 350 the time after that, 600 the time after that. Just keep going up more and more until people will buy, but then they refund because they're bummed out by the quality. That's the stopping point. So the stopping point for my consulting was $1,000 an hour. That's when we stopped increasing the pricing because the refund rate went from 0% to 20% when we were charging $1,000 an hour. So we dropped it down to $800 an hour, and that was our set price for 3 months after that, before I dropped consulting altogether. Raise your pricing consistently until they either laugh you out of the room or buy and then refund. Then you bring it down a little and hold it. And that's how you find your ultimate consulting price. And there isn't an upper limit to what you can charge. If your customers have money, you can keep going. So for instance, let's say I am maxed out at $100 an hour for cold email consulting. Now I can sell 10 hours a month. What does that look like? Now it's an $8,000 deal. Or I add cold email and a Facebook guru that also charges $800 a month. And now we're $1,600 for a package. 10 hours of that, of each of our time, is now $16,000. So we're putting a whole package together like that. Copywriter, also $800 an hour right there. So that's the way you can do it. You build a package, you don't decrease the pricing, you only increase the pricing. And if you find the ceiling, you add more services, hopefully that you're not fulfilling yourself, that you can start outsourcing. And then you're gonna be in a very good spot with your business pretty quickly, within months usually. We did the same with the sponsors for these YouTube videos. I don't just pitch things to you like this, I follow my own advice. So we started with $300 per sponsorship, then we pushed it to $1,000 to see if people would buy. We sold one at $5,000 and two actually at $2,000. And now what we're doing is we're increasing the price with every pitch. I don't think $5,000 is worth it for them, but $2,000 might be. And let's see from there how we do it. We're just gonna keep pitching that way. So our pricing right now is around $2,500 per video. And as you're watching this video, the way we increase the pricing, the trajectory we're on, there's no way it's still gonna be $2,500 by the time you're watching this. We also have a hard expiration on our pricing. So we'll say something like, hey, you can sponsor this channel. Yeah, it's $2,500 per video. We'll share it with the audience. By the way, this pricing expires in 14 days and we'll have to renegotiate after that point. So if they don't close in 14 days, then we tell them, all right, our new pricing's $2,900 because of increased demand. This price expires in 14 days. We'd love to do something with you. Let's do it. And then 14 days later, if they don't get back, now we're at $3,600. This price expires in 14 days, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's how you do it. If you want more detailed tutorials, check out email10k.com. We have a great presentation on there and you can get started right away watching that free presentation. So check that out at email10k.com because now's the time that you should check it out. This video is brought to you by Email10k. So you don't have a business idea, huh? Do you want to know what the best business to start is, regardless of market conditions? Check out the free presentation at email10k.com. We have over 200 students that are crushing it using this business strategy, even during this time. So check that out, email10k.com. Subscribe to this channel for more YouTube videos like this. We do content like this 3 times a week. Smash that like button to encourage the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, did you find this helpful? Would love to make more content like this, but only if you guys like it. So let me know in the comments whether you find value in this. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Berman.